harot at dakilaw. Daw, kung tawagin siya'y ganyan, kamkarat na kung tumataraw. Daw, nakadilito kasan at haliparot kahit saan. Kalaw, kay likot-likot na maliksi, di mapigil ang kaslaw. Kalaw, ang lahat ginagalaw, ang haliparot kahit saan. Wagalaw,
Please welcome your host, Mr. James Jenkins.
Good morning, Manila! Good morning, World Trade Center! What's up? Well, aside from gas prices, I'll tell you what's up. The country's biggest automobile exposition is about to open its doors. Welcome to MIA 2026, Powering Mobility. My name is James Deacon. My pleasure to be your host once again. 21 years we're celebrating of excellence, 21 years of innovation, 21 years of world-class car displays, and thank you to each and every one of you, because without you, none of this would be possible. So can we start by filling up our tanks with a huge round of applause? Woo! I see so many familiar faces in the audience, of course. I would be happy to greet you by name. It's 50 pesos per greeting. 100 if it's a foreign name, if it's complicated. But I do offer discounts. I'm just kidding. It's good to see you. Atek Lacanilao, thank you for joining us. We'll call you up in just a little while. We have a round of applause for LTO Chief himself. That's when you know how important your automobile exposition is, when you get the big movers and shakers of the industry and the country here. Because it does take a village, ladies and gentlemen. We cannot do this alone. 21 years doesn't happen like that. It happens through the cooperation of each and every one of you. So once again, thank you for that. And now, to open the ceremonies for today, would you please welcome up here on stage the founding chairman of World X Services International, Mr. Joseph Ag. Honorable Mayor Imelda Calixto Rubiano, represented by Councilor Luigi Calixto Rubiano, Mr. Augusto Arilia, Honorable Marcos Lacanilao, Honorable Secretary Cristina Roque, represented by Honorable Yusek Severino Ferry Rodolfo, members of the diplomatic corps, exhibitors, partners, and media friends, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. On behalf of World Bank Services International, it is my pleasure to welcome you all to Manila International Auto Show MIA's 2026. We are honored to launch today's program with our value, the sponsors of launch industry partners and automotive brand which support makers this event massive and elevate industry standards. Today, we gather to celebrate innovation, excellence, and the dynamic future of the automotive industry that continue to move us forward. With this year theme, Powering Mobility, MIAS will highlight new energy vehicles, sustainable transport solutions, EV infrastructure, and commercial mobility innovations. MIAS is not just a gathering, it is where innovation makes center stage. Connections come alive and future of mobility moves forward. Thank you and welcome to MIAS.
Much. Mr. Joseph, could you stay up here on stage? Thank you. There we go. We'd like to call up also the following: Ms. Letty Ang, Ms. Jill Ang, WSI Managing Director, Architect Francisco Flamenio Jr., WSI Executive Director, Mr. Rene Ramos, WSI Director, and of course the MIAS co-organizers, Mr. Alvin Bui and Mr. Jason Ang, as we would like to present a token of appreciation to our beneficiary. So we'll just take our places, ladies and gentlemen. The ABS-CBN Foundation Incorporated has continued to be both a partner and a beneficiary of the World Bank Services International, or WSI, for 2 decades now. Year in and year out, WSI has continued to endlessly support the Foundation's core advocacies: child welfare, environmental protection, disaster resilience, and community livelihood. And this year, the partnership continues to drive a better future for our community. To receive the token for the ABS-CBN Foundation Incorporated, may we now call on stage the Foundation's Senior Resource Mobilization Officer, Ms. Tricia Manda, the ABS-CBN Foundation and WSI. And once we get our photographers go signal that they're okay. Yep, we got some thumbs up back there. We'll give them a second. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. And congratulations as well to the ABS-CBN Foundation, one of our beneficiaries here for the World Bank Foundation as well. Okay, back to it, ladies and gentlemen. We are here now for the 21st edition of the Manila International Auto Show. So much has changed since I first started hosting this show. We've seen such a shift in not just the car culture, but the technologies that drive it. And that is what it's all about here today. It's showcasing that technology. It's being able to share it together and learn, because we are together shaping the future of the automotive industry. All right. Now, next part here is, now I got too excited, I lost my spot, see? As MIA's mark the 21st edition, we continue to raise the bar, setting the benchmark as the Philippines' premier auto show. Let us give our MIA's organized a round of applause. But in the meantime, let's check out what's happening right now and watch this video. We're supposed to be getting a live feed right now. Okay, we will come back to the live feed. We were having a little technical difficulties there. Not a problem at all. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned before, it does take a village. And one of our partners in the industry that really do help drive the automotive industry are our banking partners. To kick things off, we welcome one of those esteemed partners here today, the Bank of the Philippine Islands, or BPI. Do more with BPI Auto Loan. Leading BPI's remarkable growth is a visionary who has driven innovation, digital transformation, and customer-focused success. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome BPI's Vice President and Head of Retail Lending and Bank Assurance, Mr. Dexter Loy Qualtor.
Thank you, Jane. As we say in BPI, nice morning, everyone. It's a privilege to be back at MIA's and an even greater privilege to be here as BPI, your exclusive banking partner for this year's show. To World Bank, our partners in the automotive industry, to the brands and exhibitors, and to every Filipino who will walk through these doors later, driven by curiosity, by aspiration, or the very real need to find a better way to move through this world. Thank you for being here. This year's theme, Powering Mobility, could not be more fitting, given the times are tighter. And now, more than ever, is the perfect time to make smarter choices. Powering your mobility is our commitment in BPI. Whether it's your first car, a family van, a motorcycle for the daily commute, or an EV for the next chapter, BPI is here to make that move possible. Fast, easy, and affordable. To bring that commitment to life here at MIA's, we invite everyone to visit the BPI booths strategically located across the show floor. Our on-ground sales teams are ready to assist you with real-time consultations, guide you through your options, and even support on-the-spot applications and on-the-spot approvals. For our preferred clients, you may also step into the BPI Lounge, a dedicated space designated for comfort and personalized assistance. Ladies and gentlemen, we're happy to unveil today our MIA's 2026 Summer Saver Deals. Our clients can get discounted rate for terms of 60 months, paired with waived fees of up to 50,000 pesos, and free insurance of up to 50,000 pesos. On top of that, we're giving free fuel EGCs or charging credits, depending on your vehicle. 30,000 pesos fuel EGC for fuel-powered vehicles, and up to 15,000 charging credits for electric vehicles. It doesn't stop there. All MIA's successful loan applications will get an exclusive Globe Loop 5G Wi-Fi device so they stay connected anytime, anywhere. And we have exclusive partner deals of up to 410,000 pesos deducted from SRP, applicable to select brands and models here in MIA's. For motorcycle loans, we will be offering prompt payment discount and monthly discounts. Together with our partners from the motorcycle industry, we're showcasing also premium bikes at the East Wing B. Ladies and gentlemen, whatever your choice is, let us please help you take the next step forward. See you in our booths, and let's power your mobility. Do more with BPI. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Yes, indeed, do more with BPI. We're going to be doing a lot more today, ladies and gentlemen. Our next guest speaker, I was with our new EVAN president. Wow, may sumunod pa. Our next speaker, ladies and gentlemen, has been an institution here in the Philippines, not just for the industry, but for especially representing private drivers around the country. And is the president of the largest car club and the oldest car club in the Philippines. He's also the only Filipino to be a member of the FIA Senate, which we're very proud, and a Region 2 FIA president looking after the entire region. We're very privileged to have him with us here today. He has been a champion of road safety and proper driving. He is also the current president that holds a mission and vision of the association, the premier car club, who will represent the private car owners across the country. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the president, Mr. Joe Pereira.
Havana. Don't make me dance. It doesn't look good. Okay. I'm too old for that. Anyway, thank you, James, for the wonderful introduction. Thank you for this up. I promise I will not take long. All right, there you go. No, it's like we making a speech in a chicken coop. Everybody's talking to one another while I have to give a talk, which hopefully is sensible enough. Okay? So this year is very important. I've spoken to Mias for several years already, but this year in particular is very significant. We have a fuel crisis, sure, but that's significant. But you see, in 1988, what was significant? What was significant in 1988, if I may ask you? Do you know? The personal computer. You remember the internet before? 56 kbps was top of the line. 28 kbps, and then that's that, right? So for you to download your email before, it takes half a day. I know that because I was in Pampanga trying to download my email. It took 4 hours to download email. Gosh, no? And it takes another 4 hours for me to respond. Okay? That was 1988. I'm a computer nerd, and during that time, I bought my first PC. And I would change the PC every 6 months because the technology would change so fast from 8088 microprocessors to 386 microprocessors. Today, when I bought my first laptop, it was worth 100,000. It's an IBM laptop, black and white, and the storage was 1 MB. Wow, 1 megabyte during the time of the floppy disk. That year was very important because it signaled something that changed the world. The personal computer changed the way people live, the way people think, the way people created things. So there was an explosion after that. Today, as we sit here, you are in 1988. You're looking forward into the future, and I will make predictions today, hopefully, I don't bite my tongue with it, that there will be a massive explosion, not nuclear or military, but rather what lies ahead with what I'm seeing is a change in mobility. The current fuel crisis, right now we're selling, the consumers are buying 50% of the 500,000 new vehicles electrified already. I predict that will, in the next 2 years, become 70 to 80% of new vehicles will be electrified. The second most important thing that is going to change the world in the coming years is AI. I went to Columbia University for a senior management program on AI. Okay? And I was really, flabbergasted with the way it has happened. We didn't know that there was AI. You know Siri? You know, Hey Google? That's AI and it's old. But my professor, who was the dean of AI learning in Columbia, said, the rapid changes is happening every 3 months, that there will be an explosion of AI. Now, I'll put together the two, electrification and AI. What is future mobility? I promise you it will be short. The future mobility is currently being built. It is not only being used for mobility, it is now being used for warfare. Drones. Did you know that today they are testing the reliability of air taxis? Drones. I went to an exhibition in Europe to see, and they presented the new drones. There's a drone ambulance where two people can be carried. They put the patient in a major car crash. It's very important that in 5 minutes the person should be in the hospital to save his life. There is a drone for that. It's called the drone ambulance. One is unmanned, one is manned with a paramedic. The second interesting thing would be a commuter drone. Okay? Unfortunately, when they asked me to try it, I was not brave enough to. I'm a baby boomer. I'm a safe person. I don't like to try new things because it is unmanned. Okay? It is the size of the drone is the size of a medium-sized car. It's not small, and it is electrified. And because it is unmanned, I said to them, one of your problems is unmanned. He says AI. No, never mind if it's AI. You will never get to sit there unless I see someone holding a steering wheel. But my friends, in the United States today, they're being tested, and I hope there's widespread adoption. Waymo. You know what Waymo is? You call a cab, like Grab, and what comes to you is a car without a driver. Today, as we sit here, I'll conclude my talk. I'll make a prediction. Mobility will change. Why is it important that mobility changes? Because if mobility changes, everything else changes. The food delivery system, agriculture, the way we manufacture things, it will be AI, it will be electrified, and that's what's exciting in the future. Why is electrified air taxis important as a signal? It does not depend on infrastructure. Right now, our mobility is dependent upon the safety of the infrastructure. If they are able to fix the issue of, so far, there's no drone that crashed, that carried people, okay? If they can assure people that it will be a safe mode of mobility, it will be the future. Welcome to the future. You're opening the door to it. And Mias is introducing it to you. Good morning, everybody.
Wow, powerful speech, Mr. Joe Ferreira. Incredible insights. Thank you very much. I really enjoyed that. There is a lot of insight that Joe just provided for us, and I think we should prepare ourselves for the quantum leap forward that we're taking every day in technology. And like you mentioned with the EV, it's almost as if this is the GCash moment, that they refer to in the pandemic. GCash has been around forever, but then in the pandemic, all of a sudden, adoption was massive. This fuel crisis kind of feels like it's playing out that way. Anyway, you're not here for my commentary, you're here for the next speaker. And our next speaker has been a partner for the last 21 years. We wouldn't have this home, literally and figuratively, without the support of the city government of Pasay. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome up to speak on behalf of the first woman elected to serve as the local chief executive of Pasay City, who has consistently worked hard to fulfill her commitment to providing a caring, truthful, and responsible government for Pasayeños. She is acknowledged for her motherly approach and often referred to as Ina ng Pasay. Ladies and gentlemen, our second guest speaker of the day, on behalf of Honorable Mayor Imelda Calixto Rubiano, represented by her son, Councilor Luigi Calixto Rubiano.
Thank you, Sir James. Unang-una, magandang araw po. Good morning and congratulations sa ating pong 2026 Manila International Auto Show. Secretary Christina Roque, Department of Trade and Industry, represented by Mr. Rodolfo. Assistant Secretary Marcos Macanilaw, and from LTO. Mr. Augustus Ferreria, President of Automobile Industry of the Philippines. Mr. Dexter Lloyd, Co-author, Vice President, PPI, with Retail Lending and Bank Insurance. Mr. Joseph Ang, World Bank Services International Fund, Founding Chairman. Mrs. Levi Ang, Co-founder, WSI, World Bank Services International, Board of Directors. Mr. Rene Ramos, Ms. Tessie Roque, Architect Francis Flamenio, Miss Jill Ang, Miss Roberta Feliciano, ABS-CBN Foundation Incorporated, members of the Diplomatic Corps, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Unang-una po, humihingi ng paumanhin ang ating mayor na hindi po siya makakarating dito sa ating event. Pero allow me to read her message to you. It is a great day for motoring, technology, and innovation. A pleasant day, everyone. It is my honor and privilege to welcome all of you to the 2026 Manila International Auto Show, right at the heart of our humble home, Pasay City. With the theme, Powering Mobility, this year's MIAS maintains its stance at the forefront of shaping the future of transportation. From cutting-edge vehicle technologies to sustainable mobility solutions. Each exhibit reflects the direction we are heading toward to a future that is smarter, cleaner, and more efficient. Truly complementary to our city's grand vision of becoming a smart and sustainable ecosystem. To our honest to goodness, tapat at higit pa sa tapat na paglilingkod. Being in a very interesting time in the field of transportation, this year's NIAS is a great reminder of what the future holds in terms of mobility, creativity, and practicality. The exchange of ideas through this exhibition contributes to a broader vision of accessible and reliable transportation that can support growing communities and evolving urban needs, given local circumstances and even global conditions. With that being said, we are sure that this year's MIAS will truly be one for the books. Once again, congratulations for World Bex, all organizers and the participants for such a world-class showcase. And thank you everyone and more power MIAS. Maraming salamat.
Thank you very much. Our next guest speaker, ladies and gentlemen, you could say that we met by accident. But as they say, some of the greatest relationships were started on the wrong foot. In our case, it was the wrong lane. But let's not get into that. But what I can tell you is that what transpired after the misunderstanding or the little situation told me more about this next gentleman, about his commitment and dedication to fixing the Land Transportation Office more than any other 4 or 6 year term I have seen. And I mean that because I saw dedication, I saw commitment, I saw no fear and favor, I saw a 7-point plan that he clearly outlined, and more importantly, when things were tough, and I reached out, and we did clear our misunderstanding, not only did we do that, he extended his hand out to see how we can work together for one common goal, which is a better, a safer transportation experience for every Filipino. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving the warmest welcome to our ASEC and LTO Chief, Marcos Lacanilao.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Jay. To World Bank Service International, Mr. Joseph A. Sir. Councilor Luigi Calixto Lubiano, sir. Mr. Augusto Ferreira. Mr. Dexter Cuartoa. Yusek Perry Rodolfo. Members of the Diplomatic Corps, Ambassador Nicolas Ru, Ambassador Johan Driegel, and Ambassador Dr. Asima Rapay. Good morning. Our partners from the industry, distinguished guests, good morning. The Manila International Auto Show has always been a place where we get a glimpse of what's ahead
It brings together key development in the automotive industry and give us a clear sense of how mobility continues to change. On a personal note, I have been attending auto shows this since the late 80s when I would go with my father. It's a good to be here again and to see how much the industry has grown over the years. The early exposure shaped my interest in cars, and it's something I've carried with me ever since. What we have seen here today goes beyond the vehicle on display. It reflects something more practical, how people move, how they get to work, and how much it costs to travel every day. That is especially relevant today with the fuel prices continuing to rise. Ramdam ito ng mga drivers, operators, at ordinary commuters. It highlights the need to use vehicles more efficiently and to make transport more workable for everyday use. At the LTO, our role is straightforward. Our mandate is to register vehicles, license drivers, and enforce traffic laws. And the role becomes more important as the industry continues to evolve. The technologies we see here today will eventually make their way to our roads. When they do, it's a responsibility to make sure that our introduced in a way that remains safe and workable in actual condition. We also recognize the contribution of the automotive sector in the addressing today's transport realities. What we see here today shows how quickly the industry is evolving, especially in fuel efficient and alternative energy. We continue to work with manufacturers, stakeholders, and the public to support better mobility while keeping the safety and compliance in place. Congratulations to the organizer of NIAS 2026 and once again putting together an event that truly showcased the best of the automotive industry. I encourage everyone to enjoy the exhibit and take part in the conversation that will keep shape how we move forward. Maraming salamat po at magandang umaga.
Salamat po rin and magandang umaga po. Isaac Lacanilaw, a true car enthusiast. Iba talaga pag may car enthusiast, a real car enthusiast that is running the LTO. They understand the plight and the pain of the motorist. In fact, I think there's a rumor that's going around that when Isaac Lacanilaw went for his medical during the, as you do, to take on a position like this, they say his blood type was 5W40. That's my kind of guy right there. Thank you, sir. Thank you for all that you do. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the final speaker. You'll be glad to know. And any minute now, we will be opening our doors. Our next keynote speaker is the current Secretary of the Department of Trade and Industry, a strong advocate for MSMEs and their vital role in driving the Philippine economy. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, welcome the Honorable Secretary Cristina Roque. Today, she will be represented by the Honorable Undersecretary Seferino Perry Rodolfo.
Morning to everyone. Thank you, James. Morning to Joe, to Luigi, and of course to my colleague in government, to Asset Marcus. In behalf of the Secretary of Trade and Industry, Secretary Cristina Roque, we'd like to congratulate the World Bank as well as all of the exhibitors for the 21st Manila International Auto Show. Now, let me just dovetail with what Joe earlier mentioned. This is really a watershed moment for the Philippines, not just for the transport sector, not just for the ecosystem of automotive manufacturing and detailing in the country, but really a watershed moment for the Philippines. And by the way, greetings also to your excellencies, the ambassadors and members of the diplomatic corps who are here. You might have read the news that a few days ago, there is already a major brand, major automotive brand that would be producing hybrid vehicles in the Philippines. I'm just saying this because this did not come as an accident. We really had to prepare hard for this watershed moment. Meaning, yung discussions natin with, and we can really say it now, Mitsubishi Motors Corporation, has been going on for quite some time. And the government has been ready its programs to support the shift towards the new energy mobility solutions. So this started during the pandemic and especially also uh, made more urgent by the Russian-Ukraine war and the spike in fuel prices. Ever since that happened, you could see the moves of government from shifting to electric vehicles. A few years ago, we've already eliminated tariffs, MFN. So for everyone, not just our FTA partners, for you to bring in your electric vehicles to the Philippines, 0% duty. We've also eliminated the excise taxes on electric vehicles. Plus, we've issued other non-fiscal incentives, like for example, exemption from the coding. And I'm sure that this has all prepared us to have an ecosystem that will be supportive of an assembly and manufacturing of electric vehicles in the country. And from the DTI and the Board of Investments, that is really our goal. That we not just be consumers, that we not just be importers, but also to be producing the vehicles that we are using here. And we will do that not by discriminating, but providing incentives for you to come here. We have, to the exhibitors who are here, we have the demand. As all of you know now, the problem in the Philippines right now when you buy an electric car is the waiting time. So really the demand is here and it will even grow even further. As Joe mentioned, is foreseeing an 80% share. We're already the biggest country market for cars in terms of growth within the Southeast Asian region, which is why Mitsubishi made it a point to be producing their hybrid vehicles here. Because in all countries, the Philippines is their top selling country. We have the demand, you have the government support, we have the ecosystem. DTI already mentioned earlier that our banks are ready to provide financing even for electric vehicles. We have the workforce here in the Philippines, but it's just missing kayo po, you, the automotive assemblers, the brands, to come here. And nothing like this crisis to emphasize really the advantage of being in-country during a crisis. Because I'm sure that in a crisis, for example, if you're not producing in the Philippines, you will have to line up with your global headquarters for allocation to bring cars here. But if you are in-country, then you can be more nimble and flexible in terms of meeting the demand. And not only that, very important as we shift towards new technology would be to gain really consumer confidence on this new technology. And nothing says it more, drives it more clearly than having an assembly facility here, a factory here, to tell the consumers that you are here for the long haul, you are here to support the growth of the Philippine economy, you are here to support those who will be buying your vehicles with after-sales service, with parts, etc. So I think the future, in addition to what Joe mentioned, that the future will be shifting really to new energy solution mobility systems. The future will belong to those who are daring to put up their assembly facilities in the Philippines. So thank you po and mapagpalayang araw na kagintingan sa lahat. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Yusek Rodolfo. Wow. Walang teleprompter yan, walang speech. Did you notice? Wala. He didn't hold a... That was straight ad-lib, straight from the heart. Thank you very much, Yusek. I learned a lot. It's great to see these incentive programs, right? It's good to see that we're moving in one direction and we're getting the support from the AAP, the support from the LTO, the support also of the DTI. I heard that you are testing right now. Is that allowed to say that you're in the process of testing some EVs or hybrids? As a hybrid myself, I appreciate that. I'm half Filipino, half British, so I am a hybrid. Ladies and gentlemen, talk something else now. We'd like to now award a plaque of appreciation. May we now call on the WSI executives back here on stage, Mr. Joseph Ang, founding chairman, Ms. Levy Ang, WSI co-founding chair, Ms. Jill Ang, WSI managing director, Architect Francisco Flamenio Jr., WSI executive director, Mr. Rene Ramos, WSI director, as well as the MIA's co-organizers, Mr. Alvin Uy and Mr. Jason Ang. have our panel set up, we'd like to call up our guest speakers to receive their plaque of appreciation, starting with the Honorable Imelda Calixto Rubiano, represented by Councilor Luigi Calixto Rubiano. Our next speaker, Mr. Augustus Joe Ferreira from the AAB. Our next speaker, the Honorable Marcos Lacanilao, LTOC. And finally, the Honorable Secretary Cristina Roque, represented by Honorable Undersecretary Severino Perry Rodolfo. Ladies and gentlemen, please, a round of applause for our panel of speakers and the WSI executives. Thank you very much once again. Thank you, Boss Alvin, Boss Jason. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're almost there. Just a few minutes away, ladies and gentlemen, but we now, to brace yourselves, to welcome us all here at MIA's 2026 for the 21st year anniversary celebrations. Put your hands together for our, let me just get out of the way, MIA's Spotlight Performers.
Your husband is coming.
call back our co-organizers here and honorable speakers to officially open the Manila International Auto Show 2026. Mr. Joseph Ang, Miss Lenny Ang, Miss Jill Ang, Architect Francisco Flores Jr., Mr. Rene Ramos, Mr. Jason Ang, Mr. Alvin Uy, Mr. Augusto Silveria, Honorable Mayor Imelda Calixto Rubiano, Honorable Marcos Lacanilao, Honorable Yusef Perry Rodolfo, and Mr. Dexter Lloyd Guajotor. We'd like to acknowledge the following from the diplomatic corps. From the Embassy of Vietnam, the Honorable Li Fung Quong. The Embassy of the Russian Federation in the Philippines, Mr. Artyom Sinema Jindri-Shelley. The Thai Trade Center Royal Thai Embassy, Mr. Sukini Bakata. Miss Katima Kanjaketa. Miss Mia Gracia de la Cruz. And the Embassy of Malaysia, External Trade Development, Mr. Noji Puri Nizar Edus. And Mr. Mon Absiari Yaha. And from the Embassy of Switzerland in the Philippines, His Excellency Dr. Nicholas Bruhl, Ambassador. And from the Embassy of Argentina in the Philippines, Leandro Weissman. And the Deputy Head of Mission, Miss Joy Cruz. The Economic Cooperation and Tourism, Miss Angel Caceres, Trade Section Secretary. From the Embassy of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, Ashaful Alam Mohon. From the New Zealand Embassy, Mr. Keith Martinez, Mr. Eric Dilo. From the Embassy of the Republic of Indonesia in Manila, Mr. Rafael Kinti. And the Embassy of the Republic of Indonesia, Ms. Victoria Esti Jawan. And from the Republic of Austria Embassy, His Excellency Johann Rieger, the Austrian Ambassador to the Philippines. Roswitha Graham. The Embassy of the State of Libya in the Philippines, Ibrahim El Mohandes. And from the Polish Trade and Investment Agency in Manila Embassy of Poland, Mr. Bartek Wacławski. The Embassy of Poland, Mr. Paweł Nowak. The Embassy of Pakistan, His Excellency Asima Ravani. And the Embassy of the People's Republic of China, Cao Wenli. Third Secretary Chen Wenli, Attaché. And the Embassy of Morocco in Manila, His Excellency Mohammed Rida El Fasi. And from the Embassy of New Zealand in Manila, Her Excellency Dr. Catherine McIntosh. All right, if we are ready, we are going to use our tap function as a sign to open. If our media could just give a little space backwards, did you say? Move a little bit backwards, just to give a little bit of space. We're going to need a bigger stage next year, Alvin. All right, if we are ready, let's get our guests of honor and executives to tap on the card. I can't see from here. Okay, I'll have to look from here because I'm backstage now. Let's go on the counter. When the counter goes on, let's all count down together. Are you ready?
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the 2026 Manila International Show is now open.
We will be opening the doors in just a second, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, one and all, to VIA 2026. Okay, well, let's give a little space for our official photographer so they can get their shots.